Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys ACGHK 2025 figure preview video. Before we get started, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for coming out with me in person to the convention and for snapping these awesome high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without him, this series literally would not be possible. Now, if you're looking to pre-order your very own copy of Hot Toys comic book Superior Iron Man, I've popped some links to Pop Collectibles in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. When you're pre-ordering Hot Toys figures from Pop, you can either pay the full amount right up front, or leave a deposit and fix up the balance when the piece releases. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button so you're notified as soon as brand new Marvel Comics content goes live. I wasn't expecting this. I think most of us probably weren't expecting this, at least not from Hot Toys, because they've got their whole Hono Studio sub-brand and they're focused on making comic book figures. However, the amount of engineering, sculpt work, and paint that went into this piece, it would have been the most expensive Hono Studio figure if this was released under the sub-brand, probably too expensive compared to everything else. That's why they released it as a proper Hot Toys piece. Let's discuss. So it's a brand new mold from head to toe. The helmet, the head sculpt, the armor, everything. The internal, like the endoskeleton, that might be reused from another Iron Man, maybe Mark 50 or 85, I don't know. But everything on the outside is brand new. And the helmet, it's got lights not only for the eyes, but around the sides for the ears as well. And the best part about the lights, very important to the look of Superior Iron Man, one USB-C cable to light up everything. This is what I and a lot of y'all have been asking for from Hot Toys with Iron Man figures. Because having to pop button cell batteries in both arms, both legs, the torso, and the helmet, terrible experience. And the button cell batteries, they die very quickly. It means that the lights only look good for a few minutes, then they look terrible. This might very well be the ultimate solution available to Hot Toys for now. In an ideal world, you'd plug in the base and power would be transferred through Iron Man's feet into the figure without having to have a USB cable plugged into his butt, but we're not quite there yet. This is like the 2025 version of that. I'm sure one day we'll get Iron Man figures that have some sort of wireless power transfer, but today is not that day. And I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining. A USB-C cable plug-in, I'm still more than happy with that. There are lights everywhere on this piece. Now, with the prototype, you can currently sort of make out the individual LEDs, but when this thing comes out, surely they're going to diffuse those LEDs better so you can't see the individual little lights. It'll look like just one glowing strip. At least that's what I'm hoping. So the tech inside this, that's one reason why I don't think it could be a Hono Studio figure, but the other is it's covered in vacuum metallized chrome. The entire thing is reflective and shiny. It's real deal chrome. It's not just metallic silver paint. It's a mirror. You can see me there in the chest plate and Ryan, the reflection of us looking at this piece, because that's how mirrored chrome this is. It makes me nervous in terms of scuffing it up, but so far with figures like the Diecast Mark II, that was chrome. I've not had any issues with that. Just something to be aware of when you're handling this piece. Fingerprints, though, will be an issue. You'll have to wipe this thing down constantly. The next step with chrome is adding like an oleophobic coating over the top so fingerprints aren't as big of an issue, but I'm not sure if that would maybe dull down the chrome finish, something for them to experiment with. In my collection, I'm going to have him plugged in, and I'm likely going to have him displayed without the helmet on because you'll see when we get to the head sculpt, it's a very impressive sculpt. In terms of hands, we get repulsor blasting ones, and we get the articulated finger ones, plus closed fists. Even the fingers are chromed. That was something that I complained about with the Mark II. They hadn't quite figured out how to do that yet, but they're always advancing, they're always working on their tech, and with Superior Iron Man, they figured out how to do chrome on PVC hands. This head sculpt, it's comic booky, but it's realistic at the same time. There's a whole heap of skin texture, the eyes look great, movie guys, of course, and we've got the little hair fringe strands coming down the front. Those pieces will be PVC plastic, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or snapping, they'll be nice and flexible. The moustache looks solid, the eyebrows, there's some translucency there as though there's fine strands of hair with some skin tone poking through, and we've got all those wrinkles for the forehead, giving him that furrowed brow look. This is sort of like an evil version of Tony Stark, so this more intense expression does work for me. It's almost one of those pieces where not using the head sculpt feels like a darn shame. You do get the helmet if you want to pop that on and put him with your MCU Iron Man figures, that is an option. I reckon he works best with the other comic book pieces like Hono Studio classic looking Iron Man. This is more sleek and techy, it's based off a version of the Extremis virus. Nevertheless, I'm really freaking jazzed that they decided to make this. Even just on the lights again, his collarbone area and the shoulder pads, LEDs there. I'm not sure if there's going to be like a mess of wiring underneath the shoulder pads when you try and move the arms around. One of the reasons why they went for button cell batteries in the limbs, the torso, and the head is so that they didn't have to have wires running through the arms to the torso and the legs to the torso to limit articulation. They've decided that now it's possible. We'll just have to experiment with this piece and see if any drawbacks present themselves due to the way they've done the light up. So at the end of this, keen to get this piece, shocked that they made it in the first place, but brand new sculpt from head to toe. We've got LEDs powered by USB-C, one USB-C cable for the entire figure, and vacuum metallized chrome. Now, if you're looking to pick this up, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description below, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.